Hi, welcome to CSC 340 Computer Architecture online lecture series. This is the first time that we are doing this because of this pandemic. You all know that. So, hope that you will join all our lectures and you'll learn a lot. So, let's start. Computer architecture, as the name suggests, it's about computer architecture, studying the architecture that builds the computer. But sometimes people thought that this is only a hardware based course, but this is not true. Computer architecture is a combination of hardware as well as software. To make a computer work, we need both hardware and software. So this course will teach you hardware as well as software, which means this course will teach you how to integrate both hardware and software. That's why it's a special course. It's not about only hardware, it's not only about software, it's about using both hardware and software so that it can run a computer and we can do whatever we want to do using a computer. So before going into the detail of computer architecture course, that means the main topic or main content of this course, we are going to do a brief review of our digital logic design course, which you already have finished, because this is a prerequisite for enrolling CSC 340. Now, but I'm not going to discuss total digital logic course, because as I said, you already have learned this. So what I'm going to discuss is the topic or the part that is required to understand or relate the content that we are going to study in computer architecture. So let's start. First of all, we are going to learn how we can simplify. To simplify a Boolean expression, I have written an expression which is y is equal to a b c prime into a dot b plus a dot c. Now, how can we simplify this expression using truth table? Remember, we are not going to use any Carnot map, but instead we are going to use Boolean algebra. For example, we are going to use, let's say, De Morgan's law or associative law. These are the things that we are going to use when we are going to simplify this. So let's try this out. So A, B and C, all of them are 0. So what would be the output here? It will be a 0. Then what would be the output here? A dot B dot C prime, this is going to be an 1. And this one, A dot B, all of A and B are 0, so this is going to be 0. This also going to be 0. So A dot B plus A dot C, this is 0. So the output Y will be 0. Similarly, for this one, A dot B dot C, since both two of the inputs are 0, so what will happen is this one will be 0. And then again, since this is 0, so this one will be and 1. This one will be A and B 0, so this one will be 0. Similarly, this one will also be 0. Now, since both of them are 0, so this will be 0. So the output Y will be 1, and then you have 0. So this will be a 0. And then this one, which is 0, 1, 0. You have two zeros, so this will be 0. Since this is 0, this is a prime of this. So you'll have a 1, you'll have a is 0, so you'll have a 0. A dot C, A is 0, so this is 0. This 2 is 0, so this is 0. And again, since this part becomes 0, so this one automatically becomes 0. Similarly, for this term, this is 0. This one becomes 1. This one becomes A dot B, which becomes 0. A dot C, which again becomes 0. and then this one is 0 and this one is 0 again. Now for this one, since these two are 0, so this one will be 0. Similarly, since this is 0 and this is a prime of this one, so this 1 a dot b which is 0, and then a dot c again 0, and then since this 2 is 0, so this one is going to be a 0, and y is 0 again. Now this one 1 0 1, so this one is, since b is 0, so this one will be 0, and then so this one will be 1, a dot b will be 0, and a dot c, this one will be 1, and so since this is a dot b plus a dot c, so this one will be 1. So now c, a b c prime, which is this one, is a 1, and this one will be 1, so we will have a 1. First time we have an 1 in y. Again for this one, c is 0, so this one will be 0. Since this one is 0, this one automatically becomes 1, and then a dot b this 1, a dot c this 0, so this one becomes 1, and since this one is this one is 1 and this one is 1, this one also becomes 1. Now we have all ones, the last input. So this is 1, this one becomes 0, this one is 1, this one is 1, and then this one becomes 1, and the final y becomes 0. Now this is the final form of the truth table. So now let's find out where did we find y equal to 1, that means the output is high, if we can say that. So if we look carefully, then we would see that for this input and these two, for these two inputs, output y becomes 1. So what can we write here? We can write this one as a b prime c, and for this one what we can do, we can write it a b c prime. Now remember that you have learned two types of two things. One is sum of product and other one is product of sum. So if we want to write it in the form of sum of product, then we can write it like this. So the SOP form for y would be this: a b prime c plus a b c prime. So this would be the sum of product form of y. Now the next part is how we can design a circuit for y. Now let's remove this one. Since we have these two products, so what do we need to do? We need to design a circuit which can signifies this. Now how we can do that? We can do that just by doing let me write it like this. It's a b prime c plus a b c prime. So this is what we need to for this expression we need to design a circuit. So let's try this. So first of all we need to figure out the product. So the product, for product, this is our a, then we need b prime, this is our B, and then we need a C, and then we need A, B, C prime. So we can find A from here, we can find B from here, and we can, sorry, A, B, C, and we can find C from here. And now this is our Y. So this line would give you A, B prime, C. Let me use different color. This line is A, B prime, C, and this one A, B, C prime. So this is our sum of product notation, a circuit. So this circuit would work, this circuit will execute the sum of product notation. So this is how we, as you can see, we did not use any Carnot map or anything. We just used truth table, and we come up with since this is a very simple expression, so we could do it. But there might be scenarios where you wouldn't be able to come up with a straightforward simplification. You might have to do few lines of simplification before you can get the optimum form of the before you can get the optimum simplified form. Now let's erase this one, remove this one. Also this one. Let's figure out Y prime. So let's figure out what would be the value of Y prime. So Y is 0, so we'll have 1, and then 1, then 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, and 1. So this is what Y prime would look like. So in our next segment, we'll see what we can do with this value of Y prime. So I hope that you will be in our you will watch our next segment. Thank you.